Welcome back to Wellbeing Wednesdays, brought to you by the Tulane University Counseling Center. I am one of your co-hosts, Shawna Foose. I'm one of the staff therapists here, and I'm joined once again by my lovely co-host.
Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Jinaki Flint, also known as Dr. J. No, just kidding. I'm a staff psychologist here at the Counseling Center. So today we're going to be talking about the year in review as we
Wrapping it
wrap
up.
up season 2 of Wellbeing Wednesday.
Yeah.
Girl, it has been a ride, right?
What a year, I was thinking about this whole little thing was born out of the COVID pandemic. When the university first shut down last March of 2020, I lost track of the years, we developed this as a way to continue outreach to our students no matter where they were. And it's just grown into this
Well, it actually was developing before COVID happened, right? Because we were going to do it, me and you, right? And then COVID just pushed us in a different direction. So, so this, and voila, right? And so this happened. And so it was kind of already, the idea was there. And then when COVID hit, then it became necessity. So at least that's how I saw it.
What's that saying? Necessity is the mother of invention.
It certainly is.
Yeah.
And so bringing it to what we thought would happen, I think has happened to a huge degree. It allows us to really get connected to our campus partners, to really pull out some of our talent in-house as well, to showcase some of that for the campus, and also to present the campus with well-being, emotional well-being and mental health information and awareness, to really educate the campus community on some things, and really give you a bird's eye view, or maybe a bigger bird's eye view of what we do here in the Counseling Center and the creation of this community of care at Tulane. So we are very grateful to have put this done all these things, some of which we're just going to be talking about today.
Yeah, I think it gave us such a chance to show all the ways our work as therapists interacts with our campus partners all across the campus, and that mental health shows up in a lot of places, not just the counseling center. Yeah, it's been really fun. Some of the numbers that I think are cool, just in this season, just season 2, which was this academic year, we recorded 27 episodes. We had at least 40 guests on with us. Yeah, so there's some that's a lot of time a lot of time spent with our partners and with each other. So lucky to get to see you every week as we recorded all these episodes. So
yeah, and and it's really a trip. We've not missed any. We have been present front and center, right? And so kudos to you for Shawna is also as co-host, yes, which is great. But she does the more important work of producing these episodes. So with the captions that you see, also coming up with, sometimes we collaborate on it, but oftentimes she's the one who writes out some of the kind of outline, and then we engage, and then sometimes the questions are just very discussional and random because we know what we want to ask, right? But yeah, so kudos to you operating as producer of this, and always collaborating with me as co-host, co-producer. Okay. And I use that term in quotation marks.
I don't think you should. I think you actually have taken the lead on more guests and more topics this year.
I'm more like the floor runner, like the like the casting agent.
Yeah, you are connected in so many places on the campus.
Right.
I think you were able to pull those relationships on.
But that's what makes it so beautiful, right? That we each have these roles that we've taken on in this, that made this work, that put these 27 episodes together. And they have been wonderful. Like each one, I'm like, that's my favorite. And then that's the next one, like, that's my favorite. Like,
same, for sure. I also have to just shout out really quick to the student worker that's helped us the past 2 seasons, Wash Fields. who works for the Goldman Center and has helped me with every episode to make sure the captions are accurate and ready to roll.
Yes.
And I could not do it without them. They are just always there, always helpful, right on top of things.
Shout out. Yes.
Wash,
Thank
you.
Wash, how do they
Wash.
identify?
I think they and them, yeah.
Okay. Give them their flowers.
I will, indeed. Lots of thanks and good stuff. Well, so what are the highlights for you from this last season?
Oh, Lordy. Oh, Lord. That's such a tough run, yo. They're all the highlights. But one that sticks out to me, I think that really kind of showed me the power of this platform was one that we did with The Well on sexual health.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jennifer Hunt and Chelsea Hill over at The Well Health Promotion. I felt like this is the first time we were actually like really providing hard education, like, you know, to our community. Yeah. And it was fun. It was, you know, it was a barrel of laughs. And we were able to also get information out to the public. So that one kind of stood out for me as one, but we also had some more serious and emergent pieces too. The one we did for parents, because, you know, to kind of help them through, you know, sending their children to university in the middle of a pandemic. So I was honored to be able to do that and to have that be distributed to parents, because parents are, you know, they're important. When you send your baby off to college, you know, that's a lot. And it's a lot to hold. Yeah. And I think to at least do something to show parents that we do care about them and that we're here for their students. We're here for them, and that we're going to be there to hold the space for students and their emotional well-being. I think that was an honor for me to do for that.
And we were so fortunate to have Dr. Donna Bender on that episode with us. It was early in the year before her departure from the university in October. So I was really glad we had the chance to have her on our little show before her departure. That was really nice.
Yeah, on our little show.
Our little show. Little thing.
Yeah, because that was under her, you know, when she was here. And I think that answering those questions from that perspective, having the director on, just kind of, you know, was a real special piece for parents to see. And we plan to do more things like that as well. So now, and then we'll get to some of more exciting information towards, I want to hold that. Okay. But so let's talk about some of the topics that we had on. So what were your favorite? Like, you asked me, what was some of your standout moments?
You know, I really appreciated, we did an episode in the fall semester with Dr. Danny Archie on managing political burnout right before the election. And boy, that was a salient topic. And Danny always brings us such good content. And I just thought that was really
Dr. Archie, shout out.
Right on. And then, of course, near and dear to my heart is always the Goldman Center. And so I really loved the episode where we had Patrick Randolph on, who's the director of Goldman Center. And we had a chance to talk about his center and accessibility in general, and accessibility in the age of COVID, which there's different impacts in that area, you know? So that was really special for me too. Awesome. But like you said, they're all highlights, right? Like
they all are. I mean, like, I'm thinking about like when we had Carol and Barbara Pierre on, I felt like that was our highest celebrity honor.
It was like having Beyonce.
I was listening to that one like, I can't even believe we got Carolyn on Beat Wednesday. I was like so surreal, yo. And so I was just like, thank you so much. I just remember just being like so super grateful. You know, because, you know, and to be able for her to talk about the new Carolyn Barbara Pierre Center for Intercultural Life. And then they just had their opening, their grand opening this past Friday, which was amazing. And so the building is spectacular. And so being able to just work with our campus partners in that way, you know, this has been a fun ride this year. We started off with really trying to just hold a space for this pandemic, right? And so it started as something that people were afraid and frightened and really worried and confused, and there were a lot of feelings, right?
Yes.
But the fact that you and and I really just want to shout you out too, Shawna, for not just the other stuff that you do here as co-host and co-production, but just for holding a space for me here in being able to come through with this work. Because I know before we do this, we used to do like take a few minutes before we got on.
Yeah.
And I really needed those few minutes. So just some behind the scenes action, y'all.
Right.
You know, we actually used to kind of hold space for each other before we started. And I think that was really great for us to do with each other, so that when we start, we could really be present and available on the episodes.
Absolutely. And the feeling's so mutual. And, you know, one thing I'm really grateful for is that as a result of getting to do this little show with you, that we've built a friendship. And, you know, you've been so there for me during a really, really tough year. And I'm really grateful for our friendship and this work relationship that we have. You know, I think it makes every episode so much fun because it feels like I'm on here with my friend Jinaki and we're talking to people we're excited to talk to. And so I thank you. I thank you for just being here with me every week. It's been awesome.
Thank you very much. What an honor. Yes. So some of our mini topics, in case you missed it,
Yeah.
you can always go back to it because they're in the queue.
That's
So
right.
yeah, so I just want to shout out some of our campus partners. First, we're going to start there because our campus partners are extremely important to us. We've mentioned a few of them, and I'm going to go back over them. So I really just want to just offer thank yous and shout outs and just a heartfelt gratitude for your taking time out of your busy schedules, because everybody was stretched to the max this year. And I know you were too. So thank you to Carolyn Barber, Pierre Center for Intercultural Life, Office of Multicultural Affairs, Office of Gender and Sexual Diversity, right? Religious Life, who encompasses all this. Sienna Abdullahad and Carolyn Barber Pierre. You guys, I can't say enough about the work that you do on this campus, and also thank you for showing up for us and really talking about our collaborations and how this all ties into mental health and emotional awareness education, right? And also Center for Academic Equity, Gabe Rodriguez, and as well as Dr. Paula Book for having Gabe come to us, freeing him up for us, where he actually came twice, I believe. We talked about Center for Academic Equity, I think, we had him come twice to talk about undocumented and documented students.
Yeah, we did a Know Your Rights episode.
DocuAlly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And on DocuAlly. And so that was really amazing education and information. If you missed it, please go back. Shawna is going to give you where to find us on YouTube and on the website. So please go and look at some of this stuff, because I can tell you these campus partners were coming through with info. And the Goldman Center, which you talked about, Patrick, that was an education for me. Yeah. And they recently had a beloved conversation on campus about, disabilities in that same piece, but it was a really big education. So for those of you who are looking to learn about accommodations and persons with disabilities and some of the things that the Goldman Center does, which is a lot for students on campus, please check out that episode. We also mentioned earlier about the well and health promotion with Jennifer Hunt, Chelsea Hill. We also had Quintella Cobb and Letitia Hinton on to talk to us about the student organization Tufts, the peer educators around physical and mental health, right? So, and they came with a lot of information as well. Like, they are lit over there. They are doing a lot. Yeah. And we are so grateful for these partnerships. And we are not even done with the actual saturation that can be achieved through those partnerships with the Well Health Promotion. Right. So look for some exciting new things for that. Carly Gertler, our nutritionist. Oh my God, that has been really great. Dr. Commodore, the medical director here, came as a special guest. He was also another one of our celebrities.
Yeah.
We thought we were doing it.
Yeah.
It was great. So yeah, and to talk about some of the things over at Student Health. So we've had a lot of people as I'm talking about this. And then we had campus partners at the Success Center, Kimberly Charlesworth, yes, and Logan, who came and talked about some really great things about how to access them, what they do. So please check out, I would say really check out that episode. It was just chock full of stuff.
And it was
timely. I was like,
oh,
I didn't even know all of this. Right? So we were learning too, I felt like, as they were talking about these things. Absolutely. And then we had case management. Now, I got to give a special shout out to them because I know case management was hard pressed. Like they've been doing a lot on campus, holding space for students. And the fact that they could give us a couple of minutes to actually share the message about what they do and how students can access them, and just really gave me a deeper understanding and a deeper appreciation for the remarkable work that they do there. And so I hope I've really been able to really just shout everyone out. We had Allison from case management, Confrancesco, and Kyle Pearson. Yeah. And so shout out to y'all, because I know that taking that 30 minutes to 45 minutes off is a lot given what you're doing. And so thank you for coming to share that information and always being such a remarkable collaborator with us on support for students here on campus. So those are just like a few of the partners that I just really wanted to shout out over the year in review, and to say just a heartfelt thank you. And looking forward to doing many more collaborations with you.
We'll be knocking on your doors. I think too, we want to give a shout out to all the folks in-house at the counseling center who showed up. We had so many of our staff clinicians come and talk about their varying expertise. I know we had Ryan Judd talking about international students. We had Stephanie Choi came on and talked about her stress and anxiety toolkit group. Kat Hersov came on. She was a new staff person, new to New Orleans, and she brought a new friend she made in the admissions office, Tisha, and they did an episode about kind of what it's like to be new and how to ease that transition. So Jeanette Arguello, she was on a couple of different times in our international student segments. I know I'm forgetting people, but
we had Dr. Archie came a few times.
Dr. Archie was surprised.
He's like our most recurrent guest.
He wins the award. If we were giving awards, which I was like, what would the award be called that you get from well-being?
I know. The Welly?
Yeah, or like the Whoobie, like WBW.
Right, the Webby. The Webby. Well, there's a Webby, I think, already.
Yeah, there is.
So, yeah.
But Dr. Archie wins for most recurrent guest. He was on 4 times with us, I think, by my count. So.
And it was all such an education, such a ride. That was really good. Let's see. We had a few people on. And then let's not forget we had our practicum student on, showcasing that talent, Shakara Hamilton. Shout out to you doing racial battle fatigue, which was a fabulous presentation. And she also did that presentation for My Sister's Keeper over at OMA a couple of weeks ago, which was fabulous again. And I think it was very well received. I know people really appreciated it, and the information was very well needed. Yes. So shout out to you, Shakara. So we have even our prac students over here getting it in.
That's right. So. And we had our new director, Dr. Lillian Odera. Yes. She had been on board like 3 weeks, and we brought her on to introduce her to the world.
Yeah, introduced her to the world of Tulane.
That's right.
Yes. To the world, because this is on YouTube, so anybody can access it.
Right.
So having that, and she would be our third celebrity guest. And so Dr. Odera is a very celebrated college counselor, psychologist. She has extensive career in college counseling. She has written extensively on this topic and others. And so we're very blessed and lucky to have her as a part of this team and leading this team.
Yeah.
So you're gonna see a lot of new transitions here. You're gonna see a lot of new and exciting adventures here at the Counseling Center. So we're excited about that piece as well. So it's good to have her on. Yeah, our special guests were really great too. Like, they're all celebrities in my eyes.
Absolutely.
But just to be able to capture that and really introduce the world to her as a part of our series was really great. And so you won't see the last of her. She'll be on here again, trust me. So some of the talent that we had in-house really came through for us and did some of this work. I was trying to think, who else did we have on? Did we miss anybody? I hope we didn't.
We had Taylor Terrebonne on, Dr. Terrebonne. She came on and talked about building social connections. I think it was this season we had Dr. Hertzhoff, Dr. Wilson, and Dr. Terrebonne, our three newest psychologists, all on an episode together. I think it was pretty early on.
Oh yeah, we did have the three of them together. And that was really good. That was good too.
We had Zaid Sifri on, one of our social workers. He talked about acculturation and what it's like to be from another country, moving into a new country. That was a really powerful episode.
Home country to host country.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Zaid was really good too. Oh my God, we have so much talent here. Like, it's amazing. And that those people decided to come through and support us. You know, we had a lot of support. I just feel really honored by the way people wanted to support this venture and what we were trying to do here. And so some of the topics that we covered was like health at every size, being new to the university. We talked about sexual health,
relationships.
Relationships. Of course, we talked about undocumented and documented students. We also talked about healthy LGBTQ plus relationships. Dr. Archie, shout out. And because that's our most recurring guest. Start doing an award for people like that, because Dr. Archie really held us down. So we got to do this for sure. What else did we do?
We did an episode about kind of what training goes into becoming a therapist. And kind of like
what makes a therapist.
I liked that.
That was a good one. I like that one.
And Dr. Archie again was our guest.
We got to get a welly. We got to come up with something.
I think so.
Yes, we got to come up with something. So a lot of topics around mental health and emotional wellness, a lot of talent in-house and out of house and within the campus community. And just a lot of care and information, right? A lot of, I want to say, at the risk of sounding hyperbolic, a lot of love and care, a lot of love that just went into these episodes, and people who supported us, people who collaborate with us. And that takes a lot, because like I said, everybody was working really hard, working on all cylinders this semester, and people still took time out to do this. So I'm eternally grateful.
So am I. Before we wrap up, do we want to give any kind of a shout out for what folks can look for moving forward? We'll be back in some way. We're going to spend the summer doing some planning and thinking about kind of the direction we want to go, but there'll be more content to be found when folks return in the fall, right?
Definitely. Couldn't have said it better. So stay tuned for more of how we do. And if you missed any of the episodes, please go back and watch them. They're wonderful. And again, just to wrap it up, thank you so much, Shawna, for this wonderful year.
Well, thank you, Jinaki. Really quickly, I want to remind everybody about how to find us at the Counseling Center, and to let everybody know that we stay open in the summer. So if you are in Louisiana and still plan to be a student at Tulane, you can make contact with us and get support. The clinic uptown is in the Diebold complex on the first floor, and the entrance is on the Riley Center side of the building. Just make one phone call to 504-314-2277 to schedule one of our same day consultation appointments. In that appointment, you'll talk with one of our staff and they'll work with you to come up with some recommendations. And by the time you wrap it up, you'll have some kind of a plan in place. So we are here. Don't hesitate to get in touch with us. We're happy to support students year round and be present if we're needed. So we'll be here. We're working all summer. Yeah.
Yes, we are.
All right. So this is it. We're going to have a, what do they call it in the TV world, Jinaki? A season wrap. We're going to wrap it up for the season.
Yes, wrapping it up.
Wrapping it up. So thank you again, Jinaki. It's such a pleasure. I'm so delighted to have every week.
Thank you. And thank you to our campus community and beyond. So our partners, we look forward to really extending our relationship and deepening our collaborations.
Yeah. So we'll see y'all next year. Have a great summer. Best of luck on all your final exams. Be well. And goodbye.